Okay, so this is Pearl River, standard map. You've seen my gameplay, so now I'm going to go over what, if I was in charge of where all the vehicles went, some vehicle placement, and how things would run. Most maps you can split up into three different lanes, left, middle, and right. So with the left, from the green, the north starting point, which is where you see me playing from in the gameplay. I'm going to break it up roughly like this. That's the left. The right zone is fairly large as well. And the center being, well, the center. So most maps you'll see left, middle, right, and depending on your perspective, if we were looking from this end, it would be left, middle, right. Now we can place some icons. So starting with, as it should be moving the least, artillery, and I'm going to go with 3, 3, 3. There's 15 players, so I'm going to go with 3 of each. You're obviously going to have different numbers in your game, but I can't make a video for every scenario. So we'll go with a basic 3-3 system. So artillery, all the vehicles, the spawn point in this case is the flag. The artillery shouldn't have far to go. The furthest one to go, I would say, is this one covering the right flank. I drop them right about there. The other two, I would stick just on this hill in the trees. It's a great spot. You can knock down some trees. You can stay somewhat behind the hill, depending on your arc, and sit in that position. The next, I'm going to pick the tank killers or tank destroyers. And again, they shouldn't be going very far. They're in a supportive role, and they can reach it very far and see very far. The first one I'm going to put in this spot, that's the very first good spot that you come upon. It's high feature, it protects the artillery. You have a good view all the way down, almost to the, you can almost see the flag. You can see the high points here, here. You can see straight through into the valley and even into the center, and all the way over to the left flank as well. Next one is the next position at the end of this road, just at the top. There's some good tree cover. If you knock them down, a little pagoda or a park bench or something sitting up there. And this has just a little bit more view down into these open areas here, back here, in better shots on the high features. And you can see a little further down into this area over here. Okay, and again, as you saw in my video, you can shoot back in this direction on the left and the center. And the third tank killer, whoops, let me do that again, in a supporting role with the artillery. So this one is focusing on the left and center. This one's focusing on the right and center. And this one's focusing on the right and center. For scouts, so now I'm going to go with the tanks that are going to drive the furthest. I'm going to take the first scout and send him down the river. He can view the river. He can pop up quickly and spot tanks that are hitting the high features. You only need to get within 50 meters and they'll automatically pop up. Even if you don't have a direct line of sight, you could be at the bottom of a hill and they could be at the top. They can't see you or shoot at you, but you can spot them. But anyway, that scout should be able to move in this area here easily. The next two I'm going to actually put on the right flank. And that's because the right flank, well, you'll see what I do with the other tanks, but these we'll send these two on the right flank. They have mutual support. If they have good guns, they could actually do some damage. But basically, they're going to clear this route and possibly move back in behind the tanks in the center, or even move down into the enemy's cap area and take out their artillery. So I've left the center alone for now, but here's where we're going to go. In the center, we're going to put all three. Whoops. We're going to send all three. I'm putting them off the road so you can see the road still. All three medium tanks, they're going to travel as a wolf pack. They should be able to get in and play in around this area, moving in the different routes. If they get bogged down or run into something they can't handle, they should be able to back out. They can still back out to the center, to the big open field here, and get support from the tank killers and artillery. If they get engaged and get stuck, the lights could possibly, like I said, sneak around and help them out here. And again, artillery, depending on the angle and their arc, should be able to lob rounds into the center. The heavies we're going to send all three heavies down the right route. Route, whichever way you want to say it. Because those heavies are going to work well together as well. So what you have here now is each route is covered. The left route not as much, but you'll see where I'm going. Your most common enemy attack is going to be from this right side. They're going to come up here. I'll drop a couple icons. There's a position here for tank killers. There's another position back in here. I don't use it, but it's in here somewhere. And you're generally going to get some heavies. Oops. These icons are not allowing me to pick them up very easily. There we go. You get some heavies. Possibly even a scout tank. The main force usually is on this flank. So up in the center here, you probably get some light tanks, maybe mediums, traveling through this center, through these buildings. Your second most likely main body attack is going to be through the center and through this high feature. Again, if the mediums get bogged down in here, they can pull back, get out, and have the support from the tank killers. More guns equals more firepower. Don't try to take them all on by yourself. And the third least likely, but it does happen. You saw it. There was some tank killers that showed up on the right flank, or the left flank, excuse me. If they get taken out on the right flank, or the left, flank, if the light tanks get taken out or they spot and then back off, there is a long run down this river under this bridge that they have to take to get to the base. And then 1, 2, 3 tank killers possibly supporting, plus 2 lights and even 3 mediums if they can be pulled back. Plus 1, 2, 3 artillery possible. On the right flank, you've got 3 heavies plus 1, 2 tank killers plus possibly 3 artillery and the light. This is a pretty good plan of attack. And the other thing I would suggest is, and on all maps, don't just blitz out and attack right away. Get up into some attack positions using hills, trees for cover, and wait. It's a 15-minute game, standard game. If you wait 2 minutes, that takes you down to 13 minutes. You should be seeing tanks pop up, and you're already in a position. And if you're not moving and you're behind cover, like trees or bushes, they're not going to see you. You'll see them first, and you'll get the better shot. If you agree, disagree, like what I've done here, would like to see more, or have different ideas, there's no one right rule for tactics. So send me a message and we can discuss, and maybe I'll put it up on the video. Till next time, this is Tango 60 out.